What's going on, fam? Welcome back. This is Chris with Food for You Thoughts. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We're back with another divine alignment light code message, and we're continuing our presentation series when it comes to animal signs of Chinese astrology and the years, and we're picking things back up with the rabbit. So without further ado, we're gonna hop right into it. So what I'm gonna do, I love to give you some of my key points, some of my takeaways. I'm gonna get you out of here, right? But most importantly, you got to do your own research. All right, so I'm gonna give you some additional tools to put in your toolbox. That way, as you navigate in your own reality, you can take these references and these tools and these presentations as a quick reference, guys. But you got to test things out to see what works and what doesn't work best for you. I hope that makes sense. So I'm working on my time with this presentation, okay? So I like to keep things within 15 minutes. Sometimes the spirit just say, hey Chris, you gotta put this information out. So I may go a little over, but everything that I'm saying, everything is pretty much what I experienced, and I like to put as much information in one presentation as possible. So, and just let your intuition be your guide, okay? Follow your own inner voice, your own energy, and that way it's gonna, you're gonna build a healthy relationship with your own inner voice, your intuition, okay? So without further ado, we know Earth is a school, so the only reason you gravitate into these presentations because the universe is gonna use any means necessary, to help you elevate to the next level on your hero journey. So it'll line you up with people like myself, sharing their true ups and downs, letting you know, like, hey, I messed up a lot, man. When you mess up a lot, you'll learn that, what's right and what's not, what's right and what's wrong, and you'll learn not to make the same mistake over and over again. And so what I've done over the years, I became a student and a steward of my own life. I start really, record keeping, like, hey, this didn't work this time. And so it led me to this hero's journey, thing. So with that being said, we know Earth is a school. So again, the universe line you up with, people like myself, so you receive your call to adventure. You being the cause in your life instead of waiting, for the effect to happen. So instead of waiting on luck, you've been creating your own luck each and every day by being very intentional, doing the best you can to make this planet a better place. Just playing your part, and that's all we need to do. We don't have to change the world, but we need to change ourselves first. So everything's gonna manifest from the inside out instead of the outside in. So as soon as you make the decision, like, hey, I want to be a better person, I can be better, I can always be a better person than I was yesterday. So once you make that decision, like, hey, I'm gonna work on myself, I'm gonna learn something new each and every day about myself, and as you do that, you're gonna raise your energy, frequency, and vibration, and you're gonna realize, like, hey, I am that I am, and you're gonna tap into your own Christ consciousness, right? And so what's gonna happen is the universe and your spirit, your higher self, so to speak, or the guardian angel, or the god or goddess within you, is going to take you on a nice little adventure. All right, so don't be afraid. There's nothing to fear, but you got to learn this stuff, okay? So you're gonna learn more about building a healthy relationship with your own inner voice, your own energy. That way you can cut out the middleman and do things on your own. So once that intuition kicks in, like, hey, you should check out this presentation that Chris is talking about. Hey, you should get these books that Chris been talking about. He keep repeating the same stuff over and over again. Why is that? So your intuition gonna kick in, and you're gonna learn more about the different energies and frequency and vibration of the planet. You're gonna learn about the music, right? I'm gonna talk a little bit about music. That's what I've been working on behind the scenes, right? And also, you're gonna learn more about astrology. You got Santos Bonacci, you got Dolo the Pilot Man, and many other people out there really sharing their experiences and helping people to do things on their own, not being a consumer, but teaching you to be your own leader. And that way you can, do things on your own. No one should feel, should want you to constantly come to them for information. My job is to turn you in from a follower to a leader, so you can be your own guru. And that's what the military did for me. It helped instill some things in me, and I was able to, scope some people, and they were able to become their own guru in their life, right? So basically, I'm shaping myself, and I hope to shape you guys in the process, as long as you do your research, okay? I care about you that much. And so again, I don't want to get too far off track. Again, study astrology. Your intuition gonna take you on a nice little adventure. You're gonna realize each and every day is nothing more than a lesson and test that we all have to pass. Nobody can do it but you. Nobody's coming to save you, okay? You know, by you viewing this presentation right now, either you came to the realization or you at the bridge of that breakthrough, and you realize like, hey, if I want things to change in my life, I gotta do it. There's no magical guy gonna come out of the sky. My Holy Spirit, my guardian angel, my higher self, my oversoul, or my God within me is gonna help guide me through this process of transformation and atonement. You damn right, okay? And that's what happened for me. And my, you know, Mother Universe said, hey, Chris, you need to share your true ups and downs with people. There are people out there that can really use, you know, your experiences, and you have such a way of presenting things, and you know the right people going to gravitate to your presentations, okay? And that what happened, that what led me to this point. So without getting too far off track, you're going to learn more about astrology, Santos Bonacci, Dolo the Pilot Man. You're going to learn more about your anatomy. I highly recommend you get a Biology for Dummies book. I think it's like $20, right? But it'll be the best $20 investment you ever do, okay? Because you're gonna learn what's really underneath the hood of your avatar. All right, as you do that, it's gonna help elevate your energy, frequency, and vibration. You're gonna tap into your own Christ consciousness, okay? But you're gonna learn more about sacred geometry. I highly recommend you check out Brother Sanchez on YouTube. He's gonna elevate your thought process. You're gonna see things in a whole different light. But at the end of the day, every day, all of us, we need to be working on something, learning something new, building those new brain cells. That's called, you know, neuroplasticity, okay? So by you learning, you know, really challenging yourself to learn something new about yourself each and every day, the universe gonna keep showing you different confirmation and synchronistic events, and you're gonna be like, wow, this is all it took. Yes, you got to challenge yourself, okay? So step out of that box. All right, so we're going from the known to the unknown. All right, with that being said, we're gonna jump right into it. Our purpose and mission require learn a whole bunch of life lessons to gain that experience and knowledge for our soul growth. So, you know, if you feel like you've been doing the same thing over and over again and you haven't been getting the results that you know you deserve, or it haven't been consistent, that's by design. So you need better quality information, and everything starts with these 7 hermetic principles. So once you start applying these and incorporating these things into your life each and every day, 30, 60, 90 days, refine and repeat, see what works and what doesn't work, you're going to thank me later. You can be like, wow, somebody should have told me this when I was young. And please do not get mad at your parents or these institutions once you come into your own realization of self, okay? But you got to realize like, hey, they've been lied to too. So it's time for us. We are the change agents. That's what are you here for. And that's why you gravitate into these doggone presentations, because you here to be the change. All right. And so with that being said, let's jump right into it. So at this point, it's all about unity consciousness. Everybody basically playing their own individual part. We all have our own unique path and purpose that we have to fulfill, you know, but we all playing our own individual part to elevate the overall energy, frequency, and vibration of the planet, you know, in one accord, okay? So with that being said, you can look at these presentations as like messages from the universe or source within you, because I'm your reflection, right? And because you are your own universe. And so once you realize like, hey, if I need to get some changes going in my life, I got to be that change agent. So damn right. So that means that comes with responsibility and accountability. You can no longer blame God or the devil, because you are the one doing the causes for those effects that are happening in your life. And when you know better, you're going to do better, okay? And so underneath all the layers reflection, you are a divine light being having this human experience. All right, so you came from heaven up high to having an experience down low, not trying to get back up high, you know, trying to get to heaven. You came down to be the change. All right, so with that being said, you know, right now, you know, your mother and daddy gonna come together, create that spark so you can get that avatar, and that created you. All right, and so as soon as you get here on the earth stage, you're gonna, you know, get a lot of information. People gonna dump a lot of knowledge, you know, what worked, what didn't work for them. All right, you can get that knowledge, but you know, throughout your life, you're gonna test things out, see what works, see what didn't work for you, and that will lead you to this presentation, because a lot of things didn't work, and you realize like, hey, there's more to the story than what I've been told. And so what that does is that makes you wise, and that, you know, by making you wise, that's the starting point of leaving no stone unturned, because there's always more to know. And so what the universe is doing to each and every one of us, she's putting pushing us from the material aspect because we've been so consumed, right? Consumers of the material aspect, and we forgot about the, Mother Universe, Mother Cosmos, right? And what happens in the divine mind of the all. All right. So with that being said, the Big Bang starts with you. And I highly recommend that you get this book, As a Man or a Woman Thinketh by James Allen. It's going to take you far. It's going to help elevate your thought processes, right? And as you navigate out here, these universal laws, these are what you need. The 7 Hermetic principles, right? The principle of truth are 7. He or she who knows these understandably possesses the magic key, before whose touch of all doors of the temple fly open. And you know the temple is your mind. Everything starts in the mind first before it manifests in the physical. So it starts with mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender. And to make sure, each and every one of us operating at our top performance in our heart chakra, right? We have the 7 principles of my eye. All right. So if you want to make sure you operate in your heart chakra, use these as like core values, to go by as you navigate. All right. So my eye is an ancient system of morals and value that's going to help guide your thoughts and behavior as you interact with people in your own reality. Okay. And it's very simple. 7. Truth, based on the fact of honesty and integrity. Justice, state of fairness and lawful judgment. Righteousness, the state of the consistent good conduct. Reciprocity, what goes around comes around. Balance and equal distribution of weight. Then we got order, correct sequence of thought and action, not action and thought, right? And lastly, we got harmony, one accord, a pleasing arrangement. Now, the world is equally divided between the people that want to lift people up and the people that want to tear people down. So by me sharing this information and knowledge and doing my own research and putting things together, I choose to lift people up because, Earth is a school. It's time for all of us to graduate. A lot of people have volunteered to come back down here to help elevate the overall energy, frequency, and vibration of the planet, because a lot of people been living on repeat and reincarnating. I hope that makes sense. All right. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. We picking things up again with the rabbit. And so when it comes to the rabbit here, we possess all of these different zoo types within us. But if you come in on a certain year, you those key attributes and characteristics stick out more than others. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But at the end of the day, it's all about spirit and matter, okay, to make that one force. So we're gonna jump right into it. Understand our astrology chart is the doorway, but the effort to move through it is our own. So are you gonna move through that door? All right, material items gonna come and go, because Mother Universe said, hey, it's time to push away from the material items, take a fast, right? We need to deal with the spirit for a second so we can manifest things from the inside out instead of the outside in, so we can have those consistent results by utilizing those 7 Hermetic principles. Hint, hint, okay? So, at the end of the day, material items gonna come and go, but knowledge of self and how to do things for yourself and cutting out the middleman is more important and longer lasting, okay? So learn those 7 Hermetic principles and apply them each and every day and refine and repeat the process. Remember, there's a good side, not so good side to everything, but we can always better ourselves each and every day so we can operate as that one divine force that we came here to be. So now that you operate in your higher chakras, right, or you elevating yourself spiritually, mentally, or emotionally, physically, right, be mindful of your word. You can make or break a person day just on the words that you're using, okay? So when you know better, you're gonna do better. So let's get ready to dive right into it. I'm gonna get you out of here. So we got yin, the rat, tiger, dragon, horse, monkey, dog, yang, bull, rabbit, snake, sheep, rooster, pig. And then every 2 years, so we got 2-year cycles per element. All right. So for example, we're dealing with the rabbit, it may be in the element of earth, it'll be for 2 years. All right. But each element for each zoo type it takes 12 years for each zoo type to change an element. I hope that makes sense. Let me start all over. So again, there's a 2-year cycle per element, right? But for each zoo type, it takes 12 years for us to switch, to a different element. All right. So it'll start, like at one element here, for example, fire, then it'll go to earth. You feel me? So each element or each zoo type will have its chance to go through all the elements. All right. So we're going to jump right into it. So when it comes to, with the rabbit, you're dealing with the years 1903 right here, according to this presentation, all the way to 2023. And you can keep adding on and on. All right. But with the hours, you're dealing with 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. and the lucky for exercise, planning your day, finances, business affairs, looking at long-term goals and priorities, love making, and fertility. All right, so the key words when it comes to the rabbit, in my honest opinion, is gregarious, gossiper, home-loving, hoarder, intelligent, elusive, willy, right, quiet, wise, docile, astute, thoughtful, refined, conservative, and self-preservation. And then on the negative side, fussy, possessive, obsessive, snobbish. And when it comes to the rabbit, they love rams, pigs, and dislike the rooster. So as we get ready to close things out, the rabbit's nature is one of contradiction, right? With its being social, gregarious, and friendly sometimes, and at the other time, it's a party wallflower, right? Now, rabbits instinctively avoid confrontation and dash away at the soonest sniff. They also try to avoid getting involved in arguments and disputes. Now, rabbits enjoy, they pretty much enjoy watching things from the sidelines while watching and listening to everything that's going on intentionally, because they know all the latest gossip, okay? So as we get ready to close things out, the rabbit is also a great breeder of the zodiac zoo types, and the rabbit puts home and family first. Although they tend to travel afar, they always want to get home as quickly as possible. Now, rabbits tend to live in the same place for many years and dislike, upheaval or any kind of changes of any kind, right? But rabbits have a sneaky intelligence. They can tap into the divine intuition, and they know when it's time to go, and they'll use it to get themselves out of sticky situations, right? That will make them very smooth and, a smooth criminal or a smooth operator, so to speak. Now, rabbits tend to also hoard things and enjoy gatherings as kind of like dealing with shopping and more shopping. And as we close things out, when it comes to relationship, again, there's no cookie cutter recipe. However, what I found when you use these 7 hermetic principles, simple cause and effect, you want to give more what you feel that you lack. If you feel like you lack the attention or your partner's not listening to you, are you being a good listener? Have you been, if you feel like your partner don't, spend quality time with you, have you been spending quality time with your partner and listening to them and being very intentional with that? And so the universe is keeping kind of like a check record, a track record of, the things that you're doing. So basically the things that you're going through in life, you basically dealing with, it's an inner journey. So give more of what you feel that you lack in your life, okay? As far as like time, money, listening, and at the end of the day, each and every situation is nothing more than a lesson and test that all of us have to pass, okay? So when it comes to relationship, as we close things out, I hit my mark when it comes to time right now. So rabbits make great friends and excellent business partner. They relish long-term relationship with loving parents. Although they are not, the most sensual of signs, they desire to grow and mature alongside their life partner. Often a rabbit fears getting involved fully. Oxen and rats are the signs of the best suited to the rabbit ways. Now, snakes would be too emotionally drained for the rabbit, and a fellow rabbit would be too elusive to allow themselves to be caught. So at the end of the day, when it comes to relationship, is the relationship one-sided or is it balanced? So are you providing, meeting your partner halfway, or is your partner meeting you halfway? Talk about it, all right? In my experience, it's all about sharing a common goal, and most importantly, work on your strengths and weaknesses, okay? And do that 30, 60, 90-day rule and see if you actually growing together, okay? And at the end of the day, it's all about personal growth. Personal growth is key. So these are my own personal takeaways when it comes to animal signs of Chinese astrology in the years when it deals with the rabbit. Be sure to click that like and subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate you. And as always, our purpose and mission require learning a whole bunch of life lessons to gain that experience and knowledge for our soul growth. So as you grow, you're going to know better and do better in your life, but you got to help people to help themselves. People are stuck these days. They've been reincarnating over and over again, whether you believe in that or not. But once you do your research, you realize that Earth is a school, and a lot of people been, stuck down here learning these same lessons over and over again. So I'm here to help elevate the overall energy, frequency, and vibration, okay? So this is Chris for Food for Your Thoughts. Take care of yourself. We'll be back picking things up with the dragon, all right? Until next time, take care of yourself, love yourself, stay grateful and focused, fam. Peace.